Whenever a new set comes out, no matter how good or bad or valuable or invaluable it is, I like to open a box for the channel. You've seen me do this in the past with core sets and special sets, and obviously I've opened things like the legendary Kaiba collection a whole bunch of times. But when it came to Infinity Chasers, I just couldn't bring myself to buy a box of this set. Now don't get me wrong, this set is cool, at least an idea, just because there's 3 different archetypes in here. You have the Infinitrax, the Evil Eye, and then the Witchcrafters, I think they're called now in the TCG, and that's pretty cool. Having 3 different archetypes in a pack is nothing new, especially if it's all hollow sets. We see it happen with like the Sky Striker set, the Prank Kid set, all sorts of sets have done this. It's sort of like a new age version of Hidden Arsenal. However, in the case of Infinity Chasers, there's a big reason to not buy this set as far as sealed product goes, and that's that there's only 5 cards that are even worth more than the pack itself, which isn't a good sign already. But more importantly, 2 of those cards, the 2 most valuable and probably the 2 best cards in the set, are both extremely short printed. Now I would say that maybe it isn't on purpose, but in this case they're the 2 searcher cards of 2 of the archetypes. You have the Witchcraft Rhoda and you have the Evil Eye main deck monster that searches anything in the deck. And then when we look in the past, you see like Sky Striker Engage is short printed, we see Pot of Extravagance and Thanos Dragon short printed. I don't know, it's how many times it's going to happen where the best card in the set is short printed before we say it's maybe more than a coincidence. But anyway, that's why you shouldn't buy this set as far as sealed product goes, and should just stick to singles. Yeah, I mean, I guess you get like an insane box where you pull like multiple copies of the short printed cards. Pretty darn unlikely though, almost impossible I would say. So if you're trying to play either of these 3 archetypes, and they're all pretty cool, they're not necessarily competitive archetypes, but they're pretty neat, I would highly suggest just buying these singles on like tcgplayer.com or eBay or whatever you use. Also want to mention, I couldn't resist, but I bought a mystery pack that we can open at the end as well. Anyway, let's open. I just have 6 packs here. I wanted to open like a couple of them because people were asking like, why didn't you open this when it came out? I just wasn't interested in the set already. Like, it's not that competitive, but more importantly, like the short printing is just rough. So maybe we'll pull one of those cards. Maybe we won't. We'll see. There are some cool reprints in here. So we have a Witchcrafter Masterpiece. Not the Masterpiece that's banned. We have Familiar of the Evil Eye. Oh, I guess there's... I didn't even know. I didn't know that there were more Evil Eye main deck monsters. I guess the main one, though, I thought the whole deck was just like equip spells and then one monster. Anyway, I guess there's another Evil Eye monster. I apparently did not know. Are people just not playing this card, or am I just not looking at the builds right? I swear that the only one that people were playing was the secret rare one that searches everything. I thought it was an equip spell archetype. I must just not know much about the Evil Eyes. You have Bound Wand, pretty good card in Battle Pack 3. Shout out to Battle Pack 3. Infinitrack Tunneler. Kind of a cool archetype. And Evil Eye Mesmerium. It's kind of a weird word. When your opponent special summons a monster to activate this card by targeting one of the summoned monsters in attack position with less attack than an Evil Eye monster you control, take control of that monster. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card while Evil Eye of Selene is not in your spell and trap card zone, which is like the equip spell. That targeted monster is also treated as an Evil Eye monster you can only activate. It's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of Falling Down, the archetype, or not the archetype, but the Archfiend version of Snatch Steal. He has a lot of, we're going to get that Manhunt card in the next set, which is going to be great. Hey, we got one of the better reprints in this set. It's been reprinted a couple times now, but back for a while, this card was like $20, despite not seeing a ton of play. But Spellbook of Knowledge, very good card. Maybe someday they'll add it to Duel Links. You know what? They probably could add this card to Duel Links now that they just hit, like, Eternity and Fate in Spellbooks. Pretty cool. Spell Absorption, funny card. Witchcrafter Masterpiece again. When your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, except in the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you do, this card is unaffected by monster effects that target this card. This card's, oh my gosh, it's so bad. There are some cool C cards, not necessarily just like Max C and Flying C, which everyone know, but Contacting C was played against Salamangreats for a little while, and then you have Retaliating C, which is very good for a little bit. This card seems terrible, so I don't know why it's in there. And we have Infinitrack Fortress Mega Collapse. Look at that card, it's crazy. The Infinitracks are really cool looking. I don't think the deck's that good. I mean, none of these decks in this set are particularly competitive, which is kind of surprising because, yeah, in the last ones, I mean, the Sky Striker was obviously really good, and even for hire went, like, terrible. Obviously really good in Duel Links. But then when you look at, like, the Prank Kid ones, Prank Kids are obviously pretty strong. One of YCS. We have a Magician's Left Hand. Negate the effect of an opponent's first trap card or effect that resolves each turn while you control a spellcaster monster, and if you do, destroy that card. It's sort of like a pseudo Secret Village of Spellcasters, which, by the way, is in the set. We have Marshalling Field. Hey, this is one of the original cards people thought was going to be good in FAs. I think that's from people that are playing the deck very, very wrong. I think I even made a video about cards that you shouldn't play in FA, and this was one of them. But still kind of a cool idea. Maybe now that like the deck has changed so much, it's where people should be playing. We have Witchcrafter Hane. Okay, that's one of the higher level ones. The Witchcrafters have lower levels and higher levels, and the lower levels all have effects that are like Lone Fire Blossoms, but it's kind of like delayed Lone. Well, yeah, I mean there are Lone Fire Blossoms, but they take a -1. It's a little bit worse, actually a lot of it worse. We have Chan's Hawser Gate. Not sure, that's probably for the Infinitracks. And Infinitrack Earth Slicer. Look at these cards, they're so crazy looking. They're just big pieces of machinery. That is very cool. It's kind of like rank 10 trains, but not in terms of how the deck actually plays. We're just in like the idea of just big mechanical like things. Very descriptive of the archetype, by the way. Okay, next up we have Infinitrack Goliath. Pretty cool looking card. Colobus, Familiar of the Evil Eye. I guess there are. I just must not have known. I swear that it's just like one monster. That's crazy. I think what happened was like the deck was first revealed and it just had that one monster, and then like I just never looked at like the second wave of support, and I know that that's kind of confusing because we got this Evil Eye as well. Hidden Armory, aka the reason that Premature Burial, or one of the reasons Premature Burial can't come back probably ever. I actually played this card in an Infernoid deck using Snatch Steal. There's actually a pretty crazy combo where you would hit an Armory to add Snatch Steal to your hand, steal your opponent's Dante, and then summon Infernoid Systemas. Very often back then, one of the most popular openings was double Dante Fire Lake, and that was very difficult to push through, but with one hidden Armory, you could basically push through it every single time because you would steal the Dante, so they couldn't actually Fire Lake anymore. The Systemas would attack over the Dante, maybe they trigger like a Graph, and then at the end of the battle phase, you just banish it. Pretty strong stuff, actually. Witchcrafter Holiday. Target one Witchcrafter monster you gave her, special summon it, so sort of monster reborn. And then, okay, so here's the problem with all the Witchcrafter cards. I'll give you the quick rundown. So all of them say, all the spell cards say, at least to my knowledge, during your end phase, if you control a Witchcrafter monster, while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. But, look at this last sentence here, you can only use one Witchcrafter Holiday effect per turn, and only once that turn. So what that basically means is that if you use this card for the monster reborn effect, you cannot add it back to your hand in the end phase, which means that whenever you have a Witchcrafter like spell card, a lot of them are just blank cards that you're discarding for your Lone Fire Blossom effects, which isn't necessarily the worst thing, but because the deck's already not competitive, I think it would have been a much better idea to make it so you could use both the effects on the same turn. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe it would make it too powerful. I mean, I'm sure they tested it, but it just seems really weird to me because like the idea is that you're discarding some to get them back in the end phase, but then the ones that you activate, you don't get back in the end phase, and just kind of weird situation. I don't know, maybe they probably tested it as too strong or something, but because the Witchcrafter monsters themselves are all -1s, it's like, I don't know if that really would have been too overpowered. We have Infinitrack Drag Shovel. Secret Village of Spellcasters, one of the cards that I mentioned, was reprinted in here. Pretty cool. They also have Mythical Beast Jackal, which is a pretty nice card. I don't know if we'll pull one of those. We have Juraghetto, a card that was like $20 for like 2 seconds back in the day. And Hidden Army. I got some cool old reprints here. All three of these cards are a little bit older and a little bit cool to have reprinted. And we have another Evil Eye Mesmerism, or however you pronounce that. And then for the last pack, and you can kind of see here, I mean, I'm sure people, the reason I like to open boxes is because then you guys get like a full idea of like what you're actually going to make your money back on, because with a box you should pull like a lot of stuff. So I'm sure because I'm only opening 6 packs, whatever, people say, well, you would have made your money back if you bought a box. Probably not. Infinitrack Mountain Smasher. Magic Cylinder. Wow, Pot of Greed's in here. That's crazy. Mecha Phantom Beast. Really? Mecha Phantom Beast Dragosack as a super rare. It is crazy. Always remember, today's $120 card is tomorrow's super rare in a filler set. Secret Village of Spellcasters. And Zerxel, Ruler of the Evil-Eyed. Pretty crazy stuff there. So I guess that's it for those packs. So let's kind of put those right there. You can kind of see, once again, it's hard to say just off of 6 packs, but there's tons of case opening videos, tons of box opening videos as well, of people just only pulling like multiple copies of all the secret rares except like the 2 good ones, and that's kind of disappointing. So anyway, for the last thing that we're going to do is sort of like a little bonus, we have this mystery pack, and I opened these on channel long time ago. I said do not buy these, and definitely do not buy them. The reason you shouldn't buy them is because they're they're marked up from like a regular pack price, but they're just normal packs a lot of the time. So yes, they give you 1 booster pack, 1 rare card, but a lot of times that I mean, as is with all the mystery pack products, the rare card is just complete trash. So what are you gonna do? And yeah, we got Tri-Gate Wizard. Good old Tri-Gate Wizard. Whatever happened to that card? I was going to make a video on that, but I'm not even sure if I know the answer. I guess people just stopped playing those types of decks, but that's not even true. I guess it was just better to rip your opponent's hand with Gumblar than it was to end on a Tri-Gate. Because if you look at like all the recent Dark Warrior decks right before Armageddon Knight and Greffer went to 1 and stuff, I guess Armageddon Knight spent at 1 for a little bit, but Dark Greffer, when it recently went to 1, kind of killed all those Dark Warrior decks. And it's kind of funny just because, like, I don't know, like, was that enough to kill the deck, just taking that card to 1, killing the consistency? Obviously, Gumblar got banned as well, so now it's like, what are you really ending on? But I'm sure there's, like, still an Extra Link combo out there. It's just really hard to do that, but we don't see any Extra Linking these days. But anyway, got that Tri-Gate Wizard. It actually seems like with almost all of these mystery power packs that I've opened, they include not like any random rares, they just include structure deck rares, because that's a good deal for them, because the structure decks, these ones at least, come with like 5 hollows. You can just throw those in there. What was our pack? It was Invasion of Chaos, sorry. Ojama Black. Invasion of Chaos, by the way, probably one of the best sets you can get out of these mystery power packs. So we have Ojama Black, Prickle Fairy, Griffin's Feather Duster, and we actually pulled an ultra rare. Not a good ultra rare. We pulled an ultra rare. Insect Princess. While this card is face up on the field, battle positions evolve. Face up insect monsters on your opponent's side of the field are changed into attack position. Wow, so good. Each time this card destroys an insect monster result to battle, increase the attack of this card by 500 points. Not the best card, but it's cool. It is actually pretty cool pulling an ultra. That's much cooler than any of the secret rares we just pulled, actually. Enraged Battle Ox, Pinch Hopper, Death Kangaroo, Blasting the Ruins, in 0 Gravity. A pretty good card in Battle Pack 3 for it. Wow, we managed to fit in 2 Battle Pack 3 references in 1 video. But anyway, that is going to wrap up today's pack review video. Not a pack opening channel, but it's been a little while since we opened a pack on the channel. Next week, I'll try to weave them in and out, but Dual Power's coming out next week. I know a ton of people, budget players, competitive players alike, are very, very excited for that set. It is one of the most exciting sets in a long time. We have the full set list leaked. I posted that on Twitter yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, and it's looking really good. You got lots of cool Vrains imports, you got lots of cool reprints, you got lots of cool new cards. That is one of the best sets that we've seen in a while. Very akin to like the Battles of Legend sets, but maybe even better than those. Also, you got ultra rare Fight for Patrick in there that we can pull. But anyway, just buy the singles. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Goodbye.